Hi, my name is Ron Wilstein, and I'm a broker at Keller Williams Luxury Properties here in Park City, Utah. Today's webinar, we're going to look at how sellers of older properties can compete against the new properties that are coming on the market today. There are over 20 new developments being built right now in Park City and Deer Valley. And if you own an older home and you're considering selling it, you need to factor in the impact that all these new properties are going to have on you selling your property. This leads to a very important question, and that is, are you going to make improvements to your property in order to compete against the numerous new choices that buyers have today? Sellers today face a challenge. If they're going to put their properties on the market and they're older properties, are they going to improve their property so that they can compete on a level playing field with the new properties being built with the latest bells and whistles? Or are they going to discount their property in order to sell since they can't deliver all the goods? When it comes to improving your property, there's a lot of choices for you to consider. It may be simple improvement, which may involve painting or perhaps replacing the carpet with new carpeting. You might be changing out light fixtures or doorknobs and handles, or the improvements could be much more extensive. You might be putting in new wood floors. You might put in that window you always thought about putting in because it would lighten up the house. That could be a consideration. Could be adding an extra bedroom or bathroom. There's really no end to what you can do to an older home to bring it up to today's standard. The key thing to remember is this: make your decisions based upon what is best to sell your property as opposed to what you personally prefer. This is important because the purpose of making improvements at this point in time is to sell your home or your condo for the highest possible price. It's not to give you what you always wish you had, only to turn around and sell it and allow someone else to enjoy it. If selling is your goal, you want to make decisions accordingly. Let me share with you some guiding principles when it comes to improvements. Begin by identifying quick and easy improvements to make. This may involve new paint, carpeting, or even light fixtures. Now, most of us have seen those light fixtures with the big round bulbs, and those are not what you want to put in. Those are what you want to take out. You don't want to have cheap looking light fixtures because they bring a lot of style and class to your property. New stuff instantly improves your properties. I like to think of it this way. There are A items and then there are B items. When I think of A items for improving a property for the purpose of selling it, they're items that will either make the difference between your property selling or not selling, or whatever money you put into an A improvement, you should get that back at the time of sale, perhaps even more. B items are all good ideas, but they're a bit more difficult to ascertain their true value. We're happy to come by, look at your property, and provide you with an A-B list of recommendations for you to consider. There's no cost and there's no obligation. In fact, you don't even have to be thinking about putting your property on the market. Just want to improve it for some time in the future. Give us a call, send me an email. We're happy to come and give you a free consultation. Our phone number is 435-487-0151, or you can email me at ron@thewilsteinteam.com, or my colleague Doug Olmstead, doug@thewilsteinteam.com. If you're going to upgrade, you must begin by deciding what you want to do. You've heard that old expression, out with the old, in with the new. Well, that may be very applicable when it comes to enhancing an older property for the purposes of selling it. I want to identify different categories within a property and look at old and existing choices and compare with what we see new in the marketplace. So let's begin by looking at flooring. Old flooring is often old carpet, very worn out, traditional tile flooring, oak or maple floors, and even vinyl flooring. And today's homes and condominiums are usually, of course, equipped with new carpeting. Hardwood floors is very common. A lot of people like the texture of hickory as an example. Or we're seeing tiles now, even vinyls, that look like wood and that they stand up very well. So they're not the traditional tile floors that you're thinking about. They look like wood. They look like other materials, and they're quite impressive. That's acceptable in today's home, as well as concrete, stained concrete floors. Kitchen appliances in the older properties, we usually see white or black appliances. In the newer properties, we're typically seeing stainless steel. You might see wool for Viking cooktops and ovens. Countertops in the older properties, traditional tile and Formica is what you see. What people want is they want granite slab counters or quartz counters. They want solid surfaces, and typically that's what you find in all new properties. Cabinets, old is pine and oak, maple, even solid surfaces. New is cherry, hickory, alder, other types of more contemporary solid surfaces. Doors and door hardware has changed too. It used to be very acceptable to have hollow core doors, that old shiny brass or chrome doorknobs, dated hardware. Not today. Today you want a solid door, often custom doors, lever handles, frequently iron or oil rubbed bronze, nickel, but not those old shiny brass and chrome fixtures. Fireplaces, we typically saw the tile surround or the slate, metal fascias. Now people want to see stone and rock, even slab granite around their fireplaces. Technology is very important in today's properties. Historically, our definition of technology was old intercoms, which rarely ever worked. There were those deep cabinets for those old TVs. Don't have those anymore with flat screens. Large speakers, all that's changed. Today, homes are driven by iPod systems. They have flat walls for TVs. They have smart TVs. They need internet. They need Wi-Fi, modems, routers, wireless speakers, lots of built-ins. Totally has changed. Lighting, of course, you have those old light fixtures, brass and chrome that I talked about with door handles, also light fixtures that way. Those old round bulb fixtures, they get replaced by new fixtures. Brushed nickel and steel are common. Oil rub bronze really spruces up a property. Wood accents are, of course, popular in Park City, where we've seen the movement going from the logs and the posts to more the timber beams. And then landscaping. Landscaping is usually last on everyone's list, but it's the first things people see when they pull up to a property. Basic landscaping, a basic lawn without a lot of trees, and rockscaping, boring, a few trees, surface hose watering, that's really not acceptable. Today's buyer wants to see manicured lawns. They want planned landscaping. Often there's water features, underground sprinkler system, stone scaping, lighting. You know, it looks beautiful compared to just a basic yard. And if you invest that money, you'll get it out when you go to sell your property. You may choose to remodel or at least complete some improvements to help your property sell. This is an individual decision, and we're happy to come out, look at your property with you, make some recommendations, help you realize what's the difference between leaving your property in as-is condition, doing some minor improvements to spruce things up, or doing more significant things, what impact it has upon your ultimate selling price. Now the important question is to improve or not improve. The age of your property and the condition of your property will determine how many improvements you might want to consider to help sell your property and to get more money. This is very individualized because every property is different and your competition is different. You want to get a handle on exactly what you're competing against. If you do a lot, you're likely to get a lot in return, however. If you do little or no improvements, that's okay too, but you'll have to adjust your price downward in order to compete against these new properties. People like new. They like to not have to do the work themselves. They prefer it already done, and they'll pay a premium for that. If that isn't your situation and you don't want to invest the money while you're selling it, then you're going to adjust your property otherwise in price in order for those buyers to see it and say, okay, I'll buy it for this amount, do the work myself. We're happy to come by your property and provide you with an A/B list of recommendations for you to consider. Just give us a ring at 487-0151 or send Doug or myself an email. I want to remind you at this time that each and every month we have a webinar called Park City Market Talk. It usually runs 15-20 minutes tops, and we always update our audience about what's selling in terms of homes, condos, and lots, different geographical areas, prices, year-over-year comparison, give you current helpful information. If you haven't checked it out, join us for it. It's available on our website, and I think you'll find it informative. Thank you very much for watching our webinar, and we're here to help in any way that we can. Bye-bye.